for stopping by. It's Magician Chuck Caputo in Chuck's Corner. We're going to be reviewing different magic tricks, magic books, things of that nature. I have the fireplace going today. It's a virtual one. It's a little too warm to have a real one. And I have my cup of coffee. Not bad. Today's topic is electronic magic. Now, a lot of you know I specialize in electronic and mechanical magic. I've been doing it for many, many years. Some things I'm going to demonstrate here, I built myself. Some things I had purchased years ago. And this is just a small sample. I just wanted to mention around Halloween time, you can find different toys, okay, that are voice activated or what have you. You can alter these very easily. And there's different books on the topic if you search around a little bit. But let me get started. If you notice, I have a candle. Without touching it, I point to it. And look at that. It lights. Wow. We'll put this over here. And you're probably wondering, what am I doing with a carrot? I'll show you in a minute, okay? What I have here is a pack of playing cards. We're just going to remove these. I like to show you they're all different. We could even give it a shuffle, all right? And since really nobody's here right now, I'm going to go through and pick out a card. It really doesn't matter. Let me dribble them. That's probably the easiest way. All right. This card here, whatever it happens to be, we're going to place it in the center of the pack. All right. And I'm going to spread these around haphazardly. We'll just kind of make a few rows. And you'll see why in a moment. We'll just spread them around like so. All right. And here's a friend of mine. He's Mr. Bunny Rabbit. Isn't he cute? And we're going to try to get him going with the carrot. That's why I kind of brought the carrot with me today. Look at that. He is walking. He is walking. We'll put him toward the middle. Right, look at that. He is approaching some cards, as you can see. Come on. He's stopping at a card here. We're going to kind of spread this out a little bit. It's down to 3 cards. All right, you go ahead there. He seems like he wants the middle card. And we'll pull this out, and lo and behold, that is the selected playing card. I built him a while back with electronics, and he's under my control at all time. That's just an example of what you can do, and it's a fantastic effect. And a friend of mine carved the bunny rabbit. His name is Eddie Ace from Pittsburgh. He carves all different types of neat things and so forth. So you can actually put the electronics into something like this, and it works out great. And he loves carrots. So if you kind of like lure him on here, look at it, he loves carrots. He wants that carrot. Can you see that? Oh my goodness. All right, you behave yourself, Peter. We'll put him down here. Now there's a lot of different things that you can do. This is something I built a while back, and it's patterned after Anverdi. Now, it's a skull, tiny skull that I built, and it's suspended. And if we could get a close-up of this, watch his jaw. He can actually go ahead and his jaw opens and closes. All right, there you go. Can you see that? All right, and I built him after Anverdi. Now, the Anverdi talking skull, actually. And I have everything housed inside of the box itself. The skull I got, he was a model from a medical supply place, I believe. And I suspended him from the backboard. He works very similar to the Anverdi talking skull. Okay, and and he's quite a cool character because he's great for card divinations and so forth, which I'm going to show you one right now that you can use. All right, we'll put this down here. Now, let me get this mysterious looking prop up here. We're going to get a little bit bigger scale now, okay? And I have another pack of cards here. We're going to fan these out, and they're all different. Again, I could give the cards a shuffle. It really doesn't matter. All right, and we're just going to pop one of the cards out. It doesn't really matter which one. We'll just throw one out. I'll show it to the audience. Can you see the card? All right, we're going to pop it into the pack like so. And I really have no idea what the card is. The card is somewhere in the pack. I have my friend here, the great Skeletini. Skeletini, would you help me find the card? He said yes. Did you see that? We'll start low. Was it an ace? Was it a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack. He says it was a Jack. He's excited about that. Was it a red card? It was a red card. All right, calm down there, Skeleton. Was it a diamond? So it was the Jack of diamonds. Is that correct? Yes. He says, all right. All right. Don't get excited. And what's cool about this is we could remove his head. There you go. Let's take this off. And I can lay it in my hand. And I can still make his jaw clack if you want to. We'll make his jaw clack with just holding it. See? It's like a Shakespeare play almost. Isn't that kind of cool? All right. We'll put this over here. But let me show you, like I said, there's a lot of ways you can build electronic props. Okay, and I got into this probably over 30 years ago. I started with radio control cars. Now, they're still on the market, you know, different RC cars and so forth. If you do get one, most of them go in reverse. Right when you turn the switch on, they go in reverse. What you'll need to do is intercept the wires when you take it apart that go to the motor, and you're going to have to put a diode in there. A diode limits it to one way. So you're going to have to solder the diode, and you're going to have to turn it to such a way. Try one way, then put it back to the motor. If the motor still runs continuously when you turn it on, it's in the wrong direction. You're going to have to rotate the diode, solder it, and put it back to the motor. So now it's quiet. It won't run when you turn the switch on. Then when you hit the remote, it'll activate. So that's what you need. If you do start with radio control cars, you're going to have to insert a diode in there, and they can be found on eBay very easily. Anyway, what you're going to do then is you're going to take all the guts out of that thing and substitute the battery packs. Okay, if it's a 9-volt housing, you're going to take it all out and get a 9-volt battery connector. Those are found online as well. All right, so there you have something that can you could substitute the motor now. The motor that comes in there is a very high RPM. You want to get a low RPM for a card rise, you can insert the guts into a hollow shell of a deck of cards. Okay, attach a wheel to the motor and put some rubber cement on it so it'll be standing up. It'll make the card rise when you hit the button. Okay, you could substitute a fast RPM motor for a card fountain, make it shoot up real high. You could have a sprinkler. You can make water come out of a bowl. I mean, the possibilities are endless. The only problem with radio control cars, they're on a common frequency, channel 27 and 29, and they do cause interference. So keep that in mind. If you want to migrate to the next step, you could use key fobs, which is what our car alarms are. You have to do some research how to use these things. They're not so difficult. Watch work is neat. I've used watch work for many, many years. If you take apart the wind-up gimmick from a music box, there's little tines. There's little tines that play on the nubs of the roller. You want to get those tines out. Use a screwdriver, pop the tines. That has to be silent. Okay? There's the part that spins. That's the governor. That's the controlling part. So you're going to have to intercept that with like a little piece of wire or something, and you pull it out, then it'll start to turn. Now from that, you can make objects move, make them float, have a piece of fun tack on the bottom of your card box, have a piece of fine thread, and you can have it sitting as an example. And the wind-up mechanism could be in a little box. When you activate it, it winds in the thread, and it'll make this fall over. I mean, again, watch work is great. It's been used by Robert Houdin, which is the father of modern magic, over 150 years ago. His whole show was watch work. Watch work is great. It's slow. It's a little bit slower than motors, okay, but it is reliable. So if you want to go with watch work, that's fine also. But this is just an example. Here's a couple of neat things that I had for many years. This is how long I've been doing this stuff. Look at this. Is a radio control, wireless remote control switch from Radio Shack. This goes back to probably 1975. I mean, I was a little kid and I bought this. I was literally 11 years old. And I was tinkering with things like this. This is a plug-in unit. You plug it in. Whatever you plug into this will activate. Look at the size of this remote. That's kind of hard to hide, but by today's standards, push the button on this, it'll activate. I mean, that's how long I've been tinkering with this stuff. This is 40 some years old, I guess. All right, here's a sound command. Same thing, but it works on sound. So when you remember the old clapper, this is before the clapper was even invented. You hook up whatever you want to this. Again, it goes into the wall, where you can whistle, and it'll it'll activate. So if you look around, there's some vintage things you can use. These are pretty big. I wouldn't recommend. This is more of a collector's item. All right, but I hope you have fun. Thanks for stopping by.